Already, remember, let us go for functions. So we continue with our test preparation. So here we're going to look at functions and their graphs. And which one is it? Whoa, busy function. So there it is. So what type of a graph is this? I'm not telling you. That's part of the question. So hope you have tried it, and if you haven't, just go through it once more, refresh your memory, try to do it so that you see if it is in your system, if you know it off by heart. Answer what you can, and then you go back and you view. After doing math so easy, we do before we view. Okay, member, then you can just check if ever there's still anything to fix. Go through the video. Enjoy. Alrighty, member, let's go for our functions, our graphs. So we have question 2 now. So remember, they gave us what? 5 sub-questions, each with 1 mark. So what do they give us there? We have the diagram. It has what type of a graph is this? Did you remember? And then that graph is what? It's f of x, isn't it? Okay. Then we have another graph. There it is. It is g of x. Then we have what? What do we call these lines? Oh, this one, is it behaving like this one? I'm not sure. Okay, I don't wanna preempt certain things. So let's see what they ask. So in the first one, they say what? Determine the equation of the graph of g of x. Whoa, which one is that? It is this one. And both of them have equations. But do we know if these are equations? Okay, this one, obviously, you know that f of x is also referred to as y, isn't it? Then maybe this one you got puzzled. How do you determine the equation of this g of x? You forgot, I'm sure. Right, so 2.1.1, it's straightforward as well. Remember, it is straightforward. So we have an equation there. That equation is what? X is equals to 4. It's as simple as that, all right? So, yeah, I'll go back to that just now. Then 2.1.2, they say, determine the gradient of the graph of g of x. Whoa, gradient. Okay, these questions, you are supposed to know your maths. Okay, supposed to know your concepts and the behavior of your functions and all the features. All right. So in this one, you are supposed to say not defined. Okay. Not defined or undefined. Okay, yeah. Then, okay, let me not make this comment because it's not mathematical. But I'll share it with you so that you don't lose a mark. Then they say, name the graph of f of x. Yo. So f of x is what? Is this one. Right. Now, technicalities there. What are you going to say? Are you going to say f of x is equals to 4 over x plus 1? Just be careful. Okay. Right. Let me just answer the question. I think this is what you need to state. Okay. You can say f of x is a hyperbola. Okay. Hyperama. Hyperbola, hypercheckers. All right, hyperbola. Yeah, I'll get back to the technicalities there. Then 2.1.4, what do they say? They say write one equation of the asymptote of the graph of x. Right. There is the word I was talking about. So this graph doesn't touch where? It doesn't touch here. And then what is this? It is x is equals to 0. So this is the one asymptote. Then on this side and there, what does it not touch? It doesn't touch. Okay. So we say doesn't touch, but mathematically we must say something. I'll talk about it just now. Okay. So here, 2.1.4, you can state one of these. You can say x is equals to 0. Okay. Or you can say y is equals to 1. Okay. If they say name the asymptotes, you would write both of them. But in this instance, they just want only one of them. Okay. Then what is 2.1.5? 2.1.5 says write one equation of the axis of symmetry for the graph of f of x. Okay, they are still talking about this hyperbola. So one equation. Oh, right. Now this is where you need to know your symmetry, your generic symmetry. Okay, this is yeah, I'll also talk about it. So here you can say y is equals to x, but it has moved what now? It has moved up by 1. Okay, so you'll say y is equals to x plus 1. All right. And did it move to the left? No, it didn't move to the left. So you are not going to, yeah, you are not going to have to make, what is it? Change this. Okay, we'll talk about it just now. Let me see now. Let's go back. I think I'm okay. These are your 5 marks. Now, I want to go back to each one of them. So, in the first one, they say determine the equation of the graph of g of x. So, g of x is a line. So, if I have a line there on a graph, and then this line has a 4 there, x is equals to 4. It means here, anywhere there, my coordinates will always have a 4. My coordinates will have a 4 and a certain number, let's say 3. There it is 4 and 2. And then there it is 4 and 1. 4 and minus 1. 4 and negative 2. So this graph, what does it do? No matter what you do, it doesn't change its x coordinates, its x value. So it will always be x is equals to 4. Okay, so that's why it's 1 mark. They just want you to determine it. All right. Now, then the next one, determine the gradient of the graph of g of x. Right, that one, if we determine a gradient, what must we do? We must say the difference between the y over the difference between the x's, isn't it? Okay, so this is xa, xb, or y0, y1, so I'm just playing around. So if we use two, what is it? Coordinates. No, coordinate pairs. All right. If we use 2 ordered pairs, what are we going to say? We're going to say 3 minus 2. Then what happens here? at the bottom. I'm going to have a 4 minus 4. So I'll have a value on top, but I have a 0 below. So you're supposed to remember that from earlier grades, earlier levels, it was discussed that any number under our number system, you remember, rational, all those things, there was one that was referred to as undefined. This is the one, okay? Right. So remember, let's proceed. So in 2.1.3, what did they say? They say name the graph of f of x, all right? So here, as I was doing the question, I said, what do they want there? And I made reference to the 4 over x plus 1. So let's just check what is happening here. In 2.1.1, what did they say? They say determine the equation of the graph of g of x. So if they say determine, it means they are saying either do the calculations or you can state it like this. That's why it's 1 mark. But if you had said, let me determine it in terms of following certain processes, like finding the gradient, there is an equation that we must follow, and then that equation must have what? Must have a gradient. Remember, we must have what? Y is equals to mx plus c. So for the first one, determine the equation of the graph of g of x. You would need to do this. Now, because our m is undefined, this whole equation won't be determinable. So you won't be able to finish the process of doing this equation. So the entire equation, what will happen? It will technically, let me say, it will be undefined, okay? But we define it as x is equals to 4. Yeah, that contradiction. All right, let's leave that. What was important for me is that I wanted to make a distinction. 2.1.1, they say determine the equation. All right. So it means they want x is equals to something. Now, here in 2.1.3, what do they say? They don't say determine, they say name. All right. So it means they want the name of the type. All right. Maybe the word that could have also been included in the instruction is to also include name the type of the graph of f of x. So it means they wanted that. All right, I think I'm good. Let me see. 2.1.4, write one equation of the asymptote. Okay, right, asymptotes, we know we have what is it? What is the horizontal, isn't it? We have the horizontal, and then we have the vertical. So in the function, as we go to the picture, where is the graph not touching? Which lines are like dotted? Okay, so that's that one. And then it is what? It is y is equals to 1. It is this one. And then here, the dotted line will be on top of this one. So that's why we can see it. Because if they did the dotted line here on this side, it would mean the asymptote is that value where it crosses the x-axis. So that would be not proper if they intended it to be x is equals to 0. So that's why you won't see that line. Then I said I also want to make a comment. Right, we say an asymptote, ne? Asymptote is a line. Okay, asymptote is not a line, guys, ne? Asymptote is not a line. It's not a line the line represents, all right, the line represents a certain value, represents a certain x value, x or y value, where the graph or the function will not be defined, or there are no real roots. All right, so just be careful about that. So we loosely say it's a line because that's what we see with our eyes, but it's actually an x or y value that will render our function to be undefined. Yeah. Then in our one-to-one, if you want me to demonstrate that in terms of algebraic processes, yeah, I can do that for you. All right, then let's finish 2.1.5. They say write down one equation of the axis of symmetry. Okay, so axis of symmetry, I will just quickly do it here. So if I have a graph, the original graph is like this, remember? So the axis of symmetry will be that one or that one. So, or both. So this one, we call it y is equals to x, and then we call this one y is equals to negative x. So it means you could have mentioned that. But now, there is the center. The center is what? The center is 0. So here our q is 0, if it has been discussed with you, all of that. But if I don't go to the technicalities and I stick to just the basics, in this other graph, we now no longer have this x-axis as the asymptote. We now have a certain value where the function no longer become defined. It is no longer undefined at the zeros. It is now defined at one of the zeros and at what? At this one. So it has shifted. So it's no longer y is equals to x. It is y is equals to x plus 1. So we add that value of the asymptote. Then if it had two asymptote, if it's part of your grade syllabus, you would also have something like, let me write it here. You also have something like x. What is this one? This one is 4 over x. Okay, 4 over x plus 1. So you'll have something like 4 over x minus 2. So it means on this one, you would also need to add that negative 2. All right, so we'll just, yeah, it's another technicality. If it's not in your grade yet or not in your, NQF level, don't stress about it. Otherwise, if it is on our one-to-one, we discuss this further and I show you even, algebraically as well. Am I good? I think I'm good. Remember, how many minutes did I take for this one? Yeah, it's like in the lecture hall, in the classroom. So I've done more than just answering. Made so easy peasiness, say. Make you sharp like that. Make you made so easy sharp. That's what I do. So I don't want you to repeat your level or repeat your grade or be moved to maths literacy. Okay, I want you to stick to your dreams and your type of life that you want. Okay, never have to also NSFAS because you dropped out of pure maths. Right. Should I say bye? I think I can say bye. Let's meet at question, what is it? Is it 2.2? Yeah, we'll meet there. Okay, remember, keep on working hard.